Hi, Editing 80 here. This video was supposed to come out the very first week of July, but a lot of stuff happened and I've got um into a really sad, depressed mood. So that's why this is late, but I did really want to share this mid-year checkup of what books I've been reading and what books I want to read. So I do hope that you enjoy it, and I apologize that it's so late and a bit messy, but yeah. Hello, welcome back. I was planning to do like 2 of these videos before like now, but I guess we're just gonna go with the midway point of the year. Happy end of June. My birthday was actually the very first day of June, so now I'm like a little bit older and it's very weird, but I'm very happy. I have watched so many movies, so many shows, read so many books, and listened to some new music. My nose is bleeding, oh god. What a way to start a video. Okay, I think crisis mostly averted. I'm also getting back into K-pop, K-dramas and stuff like that. I'm very excited, very happy. And I just finished my first semester of university, which is insane. Technically this is like the first part of my first semester, so don't ask, but next semester I will be finishing my first semester, and it's very weird because my sister is also starting her last semester of university, so it's like, whoa, you're ending at the same time that I'm starting, what's happening here? But it's all amazing, I'm very happy. So now my camera has died twice while recording this now. But it's fine, whatever. But for now, I'm gonna talk a little bit about mostly the books that I've read so far. I do think I'm gonna be making a video about the Marvel and Star Wars stuff that I've been watching recently, because I've been really loving it. I'm probably gonna spill a little bit into here, but it's fine. I want to go into a more in-depth rant at some point. So firstly, how much have I read this year? My goal at the beginning of this year was actually to read 10 books, which after reading a couple of graphic novels and manga, I bumped up to 12. I also didn't want to be like, oh well, I read this many, so I'm gonna bump it up to... No, like graphic novels and manga count, so I still like wanted it a little bit higher. But all this to say that I have officially read 10 books already in the halfway point of this year, which is amazing to me. I'm very happy. In my other video you saw that I was reading The Song of Achilles, which absolutely destroyed me when I finished it. It's amazing. I put a lot of tabs on it, but it truly is a 5-star book. I loved it. So for this year, I have also read the first 3 books of the Percy Jackson series. I haven't bought the third one, but I did read it on Kindle. I finished it literally yesterday. I cried as well so much with the third one, and I'm just so excited to keep going with this series. It is so good, and I'm kind of sad I didn't start it before, but I also feel like this was the perfect moment for me to start it. One of the mangas that I read was the Given Manga Volume 3. I did watch the anime a while ago, so I saw this and I bought it, and I was like, oh wow, but it's like that point at the end of the show, at the end of the first season and the beginning of the movie. So it's like, oh, it's stuff I know, but it's still like a little bit deeper, so I really did like it. I also read Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban on Kindle as well. And then we have another graphic novel that I read this year was the Lore Olympus graphic novel Volume 1. I have already read this. I read it on Webtoon like when it was coming out, but my sister and I bought it, and I had to give it a reread, and I'm very excited to see the second volume printed. It's just an amazing series. I love the art style, seriously. Another book that I read was The Love Hypothesis, which this one I didn't tab. These ones are only like quotes that I really liked, and then my sister also liked. She read it first, then I read it, and honestly, now that I'm watching the Obi-Wan Kenobi show on Disney Plus, it makes me want to watch the prequels or like rewatch the originals and the sequels. I am a sequels fan. Don't yell at me. They're good. I also didn't grow up on Star Wars, so like that was my intro to this world, and it was really good. Also, if you can't tell, this is real fanfiction. Like 100%. This is real fanfiction, and if you couldn't tell before, like the dude's name is literally Adam. Like Adam Driver. So like it's too obvious, but it's really good. I did like it. I don't know if I'm going to be reading more from this author. I did see that she has other books about women in STEM, which I found fun, but also I don't know if it's like gonna be my thing right now. Oh, and I also read another graphic novel that I read was actually the first 2 volumes of Heartstopper on Webtoon. After watching the show, I absolutely fell in love, which you might see a clip of me cutting and putting up Heartstopper leaves. They are officially in my room. I'm still probably going to be doing more, so like you will probably see more of those Heartstopper things around my room a lot, but it was an amazing show. It is an amazing graphic novel, and I haven't read volumes 3 and 4 because my friends told me that it is hard on mental health wise. It does speak on a lot of topics that are complicated for me. I do want to read it, but at the time when I was reading it, I was having a hard time with my mental health. So I read, let's say, the first chapter of the Heartstopper Volume 3, and I almost started crying. So yeah, at that point, I don't know if I was ready. I'll see how I feel in the second half of the year, but that's basically what I've been reading. I think this has taken too long for me to record. Apparently my camera didn't want me to do anything, and then none of the 3 batteries had charged. So I was like, what? But they were all like 100 or something like that. So it's like, how did they run out so fast? But the best book I've read so far in 2022, I would have to say, oh god, I didn't take it down. I would have to say it's The Song of Achilles. It was my absolute favorite. It did break me into a million pieces, but it was just amazing. I read it in Spanish and I immediately want to read it in English like right now. But yeah, I think this is my favorite book of the entire year. And then best sequel I've read in 2022 would actually have to be one that I don't have. It's Titan's Curse, the 3rd book in the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series. It was amazing. I have yet to like finish the rest of the series and all that, so maybe there will be other better books, but both that one and The Song of Achilles are definitely 5-star books for me. I cried a lot during them, and in the beginning of Titan's Curse I did get kind of angry, pissed, like bothered more so. I got bothered by the characters, but it was mostly it shows that Rick Riordan is really good at writing kids and teenagers, and that first part where we're getting introduced to Zoe and Bianca, I was like, please stop it. But at the end I did really like them and the characters, and I loved the book, honestly. Alright, new favorite author. I think it has to be Rick Riordan because of everything that I just said. He is actually great, and I'm very happy with the show that he is so involved. I'm very excited for this Disney Plus show as they continue to announce more of the cast and all that. It's amazing. I did watch the first movie actually, and then I haven't watched the second one, but I think I will. And it's like, it's okay if you don't know anything about the books. It's like really cool, and like I understand why they made certain changes, but yeah, I'm far more excited to see the new series. Ooh, newest favorite character. I actually think I'm gonna have to go with yet again. I really don't think this video wants to see the light of day at this point. But yeah, new favorite characters definitely have to be Annabeth Chase and Chiron. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. I don't know. But I have really liked them, and the way Annabeth has changed throughout the 3 books. It's really fun, and also I know that Percy and Annabeth are gonna end up as a thing, so seeing that progress has made me so happy. Oh, most beautiful book I've bought this year. It would actually have to be The Song of Achilles 10-year anniversary edition. I absolutely love this cover. It is so beautiful. I did get it in English, so you know, at some point I will be reading this one. But in the back it says, "We were like gods at the dawning of the world, and our joy was so bright we could see nothing else but the other." It's amazing. I love it. For now, I will show you the books that I want to read in the second half of the year. I'll start with the ones that are kind of like, I don't mind if I don't read them, and then the ones that I am actively currently reading. First 2 I will show you are these 2 books in French. I do speak a little bit of French, but I want to read and kind of use more of my French to not lose it. So the first one is by Molière, Les Tartuffes. Apparently this is actually a book I read in school, but I don't remember it. But yeah, I think this sounds very interesting. I'm pretty sure it's basically about, it's a play. So that but yeah, someone has died, and kind of Tartuffe is the main character that has to find who did everything, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember right now. I know I read it, but I don't have the mental capacity to read French right now, so that's for later. And then Jules Verne, Le Tour du Monde on 80 jeux. I'm sorry for my pronunciation, I know it's bad. Also, I hate that French numbers are math. But I'm pretty sure everyone knows Jules Verne. I used to have a really big obsession with him when the movies came out. If you don't know the movies. The second one is with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, so yeah. I've always been interested in reading Jules Verne, so I think since I know French, I think this is a great opportunity for me to read some of his work. Then I have An American Marriage, which was actually a blind date with a book that me and my sister bought. It sounds pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure it's like a black family and how they go about the American dream and their marriage, and just my sister, when we read it, my sister gave it very much a Marriage Story vibes from Netflix, that movie with Adam Driver. So yeah, this sounds very interesting. I also noticed, like looking through it, that there's multiple points of view, so I'm very excited about that. Another book that I got, I participated in a blind date with a book because of a university international book day activity that they were doing. Didn't end up reading it. It was a collection of short stories, so it didn't really catch my eye. But I have the name, I have the author, so at some point I might also give that one a try. But An American Marriage, yeah, that's mostly the one I will probably be reading. Then we have One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. This one I do want to read it, don't get me wrong. I really want to read it, but I don't have a problem if I don't read it this specific year. I already have it bought, so it's like, yeah, I'm going to read it at some point, probably after reading Red, White, and Royal Blue, which we will get to in a minute. But yeah, this is a sapphic romance taking place in New York City, so I'm so excited and so happy. I think it also has something to do with time travel, so that's very interesting to me. And then kind of to end this part, like The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Addie LaRue, I don't know, it's French, so you know, Addie LaRue. I don't like the feel of this cover, but it's a really pretty book. I'm excited to read it. My sister recently finished it. But I'm excited to give this a read. It sounds very interesting, very sad to be honest, but we shall see how that goes. Going on to more of the books that I do really want to read by the end of this year. We have The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan, the first one of the Egyptian Gods trilogy. I love the Egyptian gods. I used to watch the show on Nickelodeon called House of Anubis, and I think that's where it all started, and now I'm back in it again with Moon Knight. I absolutely loved that show. So I'm very excited to give this a read. I know it touches on some points that Moon Knight also talked about, so I'm kind of excited to see how Rick Riordan manages it, but I am sure it'll be great. It's a very thick book. I kind of already started it. I put my bookmark in it basically. But yeah, I think I might read this. I don't know if I will read it now between reading the first series or once I'm done with it, but we will see. I already have the fourth book, Percy Jackson and the Battle of the Labyrinth, I believe. I already have it on Kindle, so I will be reading that one. And then continuing onto the mythology, I also have Circe, which I really want to read. After reading Madeline... Wait, there's a map! It has a map! Oh my god. But basically after reading Song of Achilles, I really fell in love with Madeline Miller's writing and the way, even though it's like the same myth, she makes it feel so much more connectable, like not really modern, but it's just more relatable in a way. So I really do want to read this one by the end of the year. Oh, then we have one I bought recently, which is The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. I thought it was an I. I don't know how to say the name, I'm sorry, but The House in the Cerulean Sea. I've heard quite a lot about this book, so I'm very excited to read it. I'm very happy I bought it. It did put me on a book ban with my family, but I'm very excited to read that one. Oh god. I just hit the camera, it's fine. From there, we have the ones I am actually currently very much reading. Well, not very much, but I'm currently reading this a bit more actively than the other ones where it's only the bookmark in there. Little Women by Louisa May Alcott, which I first read this for school. and I absolutely fell in love with it. I don't think we actually finished it, but with my class we watched the Winona Ryder movie and I absolutely fell in love with it. It was amazing. I love Winona Ryder as well. If I ever meet her, I think I will cry. And then with the 2019 movie coming out, it made me so much happier. I did cry in the cinema, and I think I will be doing a very thorough reading blog or analysis of this book. Since I read it for school and reading it now, I feel like I will have different thoughts, or at least will be able to voice some of the thoughts that I wasn't able to back then. Then we have All the Light We Cannot See, which I think is a book I may have mentioned before, but this is more of a passive read. I haven't read much of it, but it is something I do want to read. I've had it for so long that I think it's time I actually finish it and read it. These tabs are actually from my sister because she had to read it for university a while back. She said it's fine if I take them off, but I kind of want to see what she marked and then see if I should take them off or not. But I will be tabbing this one, both of these. I tab a lot, not gonna lie. And then finally we have Red, White and Royal Blue, which is actually a reread, and I'm actually very scared. It's the first time I'm reading it in physical, which also made me realize, where is it? Oh, here. It made me realize every single chapter is separated by these drawings of Washington DC, which is amazing to me. And I'm tabbing it and it's so fun. I haven't read much of it because I am scared it will no longer be a 5-star book. That's something I have a fear of with a lot of the books that I already have and I read so long ago. This one I read 2 years ago, so it's not like super long ago. But it's a fear of mine that I won't love them as much as I did back then, and they will ruin like the memories I have with it. But I do think Red, White and Royal Blue is a more recent book, so hopefully it will stay the same. I have a lot of books. I keep buying more, and it's not a mistake, but it's like, oof, I need to like calm down for a little bit. But I am very excited. I think the book I'm most excited to read in the second half of the year would have to be The Red Pyramid. As I told you again, I'm kind of obsessed with mythology and getting into a different kind of mythology that isn't Greek mythology. I'm very excited to read this, and especially because of Moon Knight. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just so excited, so happy that I've been reading again, and I hope that you guys have had a great first half of the year. Remember that it's just the first half. It doesn't mean things are ending anytime soon. Like, yeah, some things are ending, but that's like because they're short of time. But yeah, I'm very excited for what the second half has to offer. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you continue to have a great year, and if you haven't had a great year, I hope I'm sending you all the good vibes for the second half, and yeah, bye-bye! I almost just dropped my computer. Oh my god. The worst part about talking about books is the fact that now I have to put all of these back. Yeah, I don't know. If you got here, bye.